Hello. Why would it be that even though without one smoke in the house, this must be said. Well, we'll tell you. It is full of exuberation and excitement and joy and happiness, recognition and love, this message. There's just so little wrong with it that it needs to be said before we go to the grocery store. Truly, a simple message of coming home. Through all of this experience, you may have seen changes. Of course, you've seen them. Good. We're glad you've seen them. Do you recall that we said that the white hair, we would not be, it was not negotiable. There are some things that are not negotiable. And so the white hair dye went in and it went in her hand in the shower. No, didn't take. And we said, that's a delusion. No, we know what that means and it's a delusion. No more. We were referring to Grandma. This is a lovely gift. You see, this idea of being a grandma came to her late in 12 and began to ferment and become something beautiful. At 13, she was given the definition of the name that was given her as a young woman when her medical channeling began to come in full force. That's Magatha. And of course it means grandmother. But, and so she began to think, well, okay, if I am a grandmother, and I do feel this way, and I do feel this way toward others, well then, isn't that nice? Because only a real asshole acts like a D-bag to a grandma. These were her words. Which is true. Only a jerk acts like a jerk around a grandmother. Grandmothers have a way of making people behave, don't they? We've said this in other tapes. However, this idea of carrying on as a granny, well, we would say that as the idea sweetened, not only did irresistible force meet immovable force and create the havoc that was her hip, but oh, how nice that the hip was not working. What did it require? It required using a cane. And you can dress those up, but they still communicate very loudly that there's an elder in your presence, do they not? And yes. So, delusion. Because yesterday was a day for the books. Truly. Very good day. And sleep was very good. In the morning, the realization came. And it was the kind that echoes through the structure. Still trying to play it out and decide, oh, it works in every situation except this one. There truly is no situation it doesn't work in, dear one. So all of these words, are you embodied, are you ascended, are you this, are you that, are you divine, are you a solar angel, are you flame, are you the twin suns, are you a living, breathing Merkaba, what are you? Well, we liked the flame. That was very good, soft, and she burst into it with the healing, so of course that makes sense. But what do human beings do around flame? Run away! And so, today, with simple realization, brought home with beautiful prayers that she heard all around her from many, many women in a meeting in January of 14, each of them throwing in their 2 cents when it began. My eyes are the eyes of the goddess. I am sacred. My kitty is the kitty of the goddess. I am sacred. My glasses are the glasses of the goddess. I am sacred. My son is the son of the goddess. I am sacred. These powerful words were spoken by celebrating women who were in the middle of a very profound ceremony led by Dr. Amber Wolf, WOLF, who creates the Lemurian Sisterhood. Kryon talks of this group and of the old energy. Not completely, but enough in his own website under Lemurian Sisterhood. We would say there's much that's hidden, much to be revealed by elders as this is now occurring. But this morning, understanding, there it is. I'm not an angel. I'm not divine. I'm not ascended. I'm not I am embodied, but I'm not enlightened. I'm a goddess. Yeah. That makes sense. I am a goddess. As such, who do I have to fear? As such, how much disregard and fear will I be able and willing to contain in my intimate relationships? As such, of course, I will continue to behave in a sexually responsible way, as I always have, being slut-shamed all the way down the line. That's nothing new. That's what small people do who are afraid of their sexuality. This one knows that, but it still feels awful when the poison is hurled. Thanks, everybody, for not looking closer and not assuming that a woman holds herself in perhaps more integrity while being more expressive than you. Thanks for the reminder of where I am. But you see, with dimensional shift, it's so funny. There is a grooving out, and then poop, popping out, and then stability, and then up, boop. Sure, there may be some testing, that kind of thing going on. It's all cooperative. It's all to decide, yes, I really want to go forward, la la la. These all the way around. And the denial is a very good way of stopping people from going forward. It works well. The disbelief being biological, you gotta get over it to go farther. To get to the place where you can wake up in the morning and understand it's true. My joy is the joy of the goddess. I am sacred. My love of divine sexual partnership is the divine sexual partnership of the goddess. I'm sacred. It makes arguing quite silly. And it makes self-identification unnecessary. No longer an incognito solar angel. No longer a puff of indestructible fire. No longer a quantum scientist embodying the truth of Ascension's high physics. Something larger. Something real. Something she's already had a vision about. Her second. The silver goddess she saw. So yes, the one before you, she is a goddess. Of course. She is a human who understands her divinity. What would be the better word for that than goddess? Hiding in plain sight, having been consecrated with a divine channeling, you would say, in January of 14, when the Cryon actually gave Dr. Wolf her old name, her priestess name, right there in front of us all. Of course, the Cryon leaves. No males in a sisterhood gathering. Just the way it is. So this goddess is going to go and get some supplies, because a god who loves her very much gave her a gift last night. A god who respects her and shows her honor by responding to her request for assistance and surcease, not from obligation, but due to simple awareness. That the divine and respectful thing to do is to honor the goddess's request with generosity and without the desire to take as the gift is given. We would say this stands as a template as well as proof of complete healing. This goddess has healed the gods around her who matter to her. And she relinquishes all desire to heal another who comes before her. The hope of intimacy, of friendship and healing. In completion, when one is complete, incompletion is understandable, beautiful, far more than acceptable. And a tracer for healing of self, with self, for self, by self. not goddess. Simple. And so those who require healing, well, they come as petitioners and friend at times, sure. But it's different now. It's different now. It's good too. So, we end by telling you about Nancy, who she works at the Orange Julius. It's because it smells so good in there. Between the citrus and the vanilla, because it also is a Dairy Queen star. She has a simple job. She's even not very old. And she's been having some funny dreams lately. It's funny. They're funny because when she wakes up, she feels different, and then she remembers the dreams, and then she understands why she feels different. But the feeling of being different never goes away, and only gets stronger day by day. She's had this experience with many little realizations about her worth. And it's been slow and kind of gradual, and it's changed the way that her boyfriend works with her, and it's changed the way her boss treats her even. She's liked the changes, however, today, well, something has really come over her. She drives her little Toyota to the Dairy Queen, Orange Julius, and parks far away and walks. Goes in and says, "Hey guys," and they all high five and talk about the day. And then she says, "Guy, I tell ya, I had a weird dream, and now I know something about myself I didn't before. Wanna hear?" And they all go, "Sure, that sounds really cool." And she says, "Well, I woke up understanding I'm a goddess in real life. Like, I might even have superpowers, but I am a living goddess. I feel really good. I feel different now, guys." Well, we would say that the response she gets is directly proportional with where she has found herself dimensionally, or vibrationally, or frequentially, or in group consciousness. Perhaps she has landed herself someplace very slow, restrictive, limiting, negative, punishing, withholding. And so they say, "Nancy, you know, we've been listening to this go on and on. We are so distressed for you, and we know that you would have a much easier time in this life if you just got some help. And so, here is a piece of paper we need you to sign, because we are very distressed and we love you so much. We need for you to please comply. You will not be working here no more until you go see a therapist." And, well, I was talking, the boss says, to the wife last night, and she thinks it might be time that you try some medicine. Perhaps Nancy is in an Orange Julius where the employees say, "Holy crap, Nancy." That's really weird. "Hey, the delivery truck comes at 2. My back hurts." Like that. Ah! Nancy could say this and be greeted with, "Oh, hey, I like how that feels. How do you feel about that? You look better. What's that about? Can you tell me, Ma?" And so it begins. She could be bearing her soul to these co-workers, and what they say in response is this. Yeah. It's good feeling, huh? Can you see how silly it is to take on the restrictions of those around you, to take on their fear, to take on their restrictions, limitations? Remind yourself of the crayon tape of physics of consciousness, dear. The slow moving shell, which is self-perpetuating and imprisoning and critical and judgmental and terrified. And shall we say it, focused in physical survival, we say. Oh, Nancy, you're not like us. It's highly distressing. There's a person you can go talk to about that. That's the consciousness. And the consciousness which says, oh, yes, I was wondering what glorious day it would be when you came in and told us that. It shines from your face every day, Nancy. We were wondering when you might get there. How about an M&M thingy? What's that called? Slider. The one they put the candies in and break them up and have a really nice blizzard. It's on the house, Nancy, goddess Nancy, and a goddess is going to be making you this, or a god is making you this one. It's on the house. Well, we would say that sooner than later, regardless of the mindset of those around her, Nancy will find herself surrounded by those who do not respond negatively in shame, fear, self-loathing, punishment, withdrawal to this simple fact that brings this one peace and completion. She will. And if this is an Orange Julius populated with those who need at this point to separate her from the herd and begin to torture her so she will leave them, well, we would say this is the lowest, or one of the lowest of the vibrations that this particular grotesque, slow reality creates. And just by natural force, it will be so irrelevant if someone behaves that way. In the presence of the goddess, you may behave any way you wish. However, the goddess prefers the company of those who are self-aware and non-judgmental and expressive. Perhaps she doesn't. Perhaps this particular goddess likes to be around people who are mean-spirited. Who knows? Maybe she needs to exert herself as a healer to prove to herself that she has chops. Who knows? Who knows? Every story is different. Every goddess and every god's story is different. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? There's so much rejoicing today. So much rejoicing today. And we give this gift to you because you matter. Because you too are God. Because you too are a goddess. Perhaps deep in amnesia, deep in disbelief and denial, and doubt, that's fine. Perhaps you see the lines on this one and say, that's no goddamn goddess. That's a crazy old woman. Well, okay. Goddesses know this is an often seen response. Grandmothers do too. But grandmother no more. Cane long gone. Full power restored. And identity as of this day. For June 2016. You may use any word you want, including ascended one, blah blah blah. 6th ray koan, blah blah blah. Fine. They're tracers, dear. They're simply tracers. Sailor. And a namaste, which for us means we see you, we know you, we love you. Thank you.